So here's the buy side liquidity getting ready to be engaged. I will close out here once we pierce through that. So I'm going to wait for that. There we go. Boom. So the question is, how do you trade all-time highs? Everyone likes to say, "Oh, it's I'm not look. I hate trading all-time highs," but it's a very simple thing I want to look for. I wait for some type of highs to be generated, right? So kind of what we're seeing right now, right here. This triple top is what I'm viewing as a fake high that has been placed in the marketplace for people that, yes, I promise you, they're already trying to pick tops, right? So I look for some type of smooth high to be generated. And then I wait for 9:38 a.m. And ideally, in a perfect day here today, we'd see 9:30 manipulate lower, and then we can look for a long right back up into all-time highs. So nothing I'd jump on quite yet. Okay, we're not disrespecting any opposing arrays. We're not quite in the first macro of the session, right? Those are the type of things that I wait for, rather than just trying to jump on the first impulsive swing in my favor, right? So this is kind of the moment where you just sit and relax and be patient, right? If you're like hopped up and you're in a rush to do something, this is usually where you get hurt, okay? But obviously you can hear from my voice, I'm not in a rush to do anything, okay? I'm just here to identify the model and then attack whenever it does perform. That's it. Now, for me to long up into these highs, there's several things that go through my mind, right? Whenever I'm looking at something as a really specific target, right? Number one, I want some type of higher time frame key level. We got that. I showed you that on the hourly chart as well as the 4-hour right here, the down candle plus this Ferrari gap. I'm looking for bullish market structure to support. Yes, indeed it does. We're in a severe bullish buy program. We drove down here Friday, took sell stops, drove higher, cement this as an intermittent term low, right? I'm looking for some type of sell side rate. Oh, we get that right here below this swing low. Beautiful. I'm looking next for time, kill zone, macro, right? That type of stuff. And then I want to see inside of that time slash macro, before that, I wanted to see some type of 9:30 manipulation. Boom. We're checking all the boxes here, right? Daily time frame, this is next. Daily time frame, obvious premium draw. Notice I said obvious, right? It has to be obvious. It can't be, oh, it could draw maybe down here or up here. Okay, it has to be obvious like this. So we have a small crack in correlation here. Doesn't mean anything to me yet, right? I need some type of really light bulb type of displacement. But for now, we have ES failing to take out this swing low. Meanwhile, NASDAQ did. Boom. And then it actually drives deeper into that discount array that we have marked out with this blue shaded area. Okay. So we'll see what we can get here. If we can get a move, for example, if we can get a move back above this Ferrari gap here, okay, with assertiveness, that to me would be a good catalyst to look for the highs finally. Okay, I would not long it right here. Even though we are in a macro, right? I wouldn't long it quite yet just because this to me isn't of enough significance quite yet in terms of a quote-unquote displacement, right? I would look for something like this to be broken, right? These two up candles, I would like to see those be broken with assertiveness, right? Creating multiple Ferrari gaps, and then that to me would be like that kind of light bulb moment that I'd look to engage with. But there's a good potential opportunity for a long, okay? Okay, especially if we see a body above this up candle. So pretty good movement so far. Not quite on ES right now. Do we have good movement? But NQ looks pretty decent for now. Now, I do love that we just pushed through these opposing up candles. Once again, with that push higher, though, I want to see multiple Ferrari gaps created. Okay, and then that would be an immediate I'm entering, right? It's like, oh, GK, why are you not entering right now? Well, guess what? I reference real time both averages, not just one. You can see ES here is obviously a no-brainer to sit on the sideline, right? It's not creating any light bulb displacement. It's just staying in this range that we created and established, okay? And then you look at NQ, and once again, not quite too much of a light bulb phenomenon quite yet for my liking, okay? We have a nice change of state delivery here initially, but then we create these down candles, smash higher, which is good, really good, especially since we're in the macro. But what does it do? It immediately reverts back down into midpoint of the down candles, and I don't really like to see that for smooth delivery at all. So what do? Hands up in there, stay patient. And another thing I've been trying to get you guys to apply recently as well, because it's greatly benefited not only my results but a lot of people in this group, is really being mindful of your screen time on the charts, right? Just no, it shouldn't take any more than an hour and a half in a singular day. Um, Anytime you're looking at the charts, right? So still just just not model number three, right? We have all the potential mechanics for model three, right? With the higher time frame key level, we have sell side ran, obvious opposing draw, the time that's applied right now, all that stuff is there, but we don't have a sound entry, right, at all, or good order flow. Okay, so this candle is more like it, right? We kind of leave this range here, and then we have a really good impulse to the upside. Now, I don't really want to see us wicking off like we're doing right now at all. Okay, I would like to see multiple Ferrari gaps greater than that swing, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Okay, that would have been a really light bulb moment, but it immediately smashes back down, creating a wick. So that is a dud. Now, especially with the relative weakness being shown on ES, right? If I'm not going to long ES, I'm not going to long NASDAQ, vice versa. Okay, but anyway, with that said, still convicted in longs, but it's just a matter of like how and when the long performs. Okay, so I mean, this is honestly everything that I could have possibly asked for on a Monday. We're getting it, but I just wish we had something to work with here in terms of entries, right? It's just really sluggish delivery initially, and then ES is just still asleep. So we'll see if this can be corrected and if we can get in tune with this market. So it's an interesting thing here. Typically, I would say these are an initial Model 3 target, right? And just a really obvious high that should just be smashed through. But we're not really on solid soil right now, meaning we just don't have really good order flow at all, right? So I just wouldn't engage at all. I just simply wait. So what would have changed for me to get into this marketplace? Well, let's say that we cut all this out and we just had one huge impulsive candle to the upside, creating a breakaway gap, maybe another fair value gap and a gap here with the breaker. That right there is a no-brainer entry. Okay, that's what I wanted to see if I'm going to pull the trigger on 5 mind counts right now. And then once again, referencing the averages real time, you can see how ugly ES is right now. Okay, but like real time, right? The amateur be like, oh man, what if you miss the move though and it just goes without you and actually goes in your favor and just pumps right here? I don't think like that. I think, okay, if it actually gives smooth delivery, that's where I'm going to look to encapsulate a model number 4 continuation rather than, oh man, it went without me. Let me impulsively chase right now and have a terrible stop loss placement, get stopped out, right? And then it goes in my direction, right? That's the type of stuff you're opening yourself up to when you allow the emotions to seep in. Just never be an emotional thing. It's just straight down to business, and then you close your laptop and go enjoy the day or do whatever. Now, everyone, put a thumbs up if you understand what I'm trying to, the picture I'm painting right now here for you guys. Okay, it's just a really, really good mechanics for model number 3. We all know this is familiar, right? We have the rundown to higher time frame key level. We have the obvious opposing draw on the other end, but that's being met with not so classic delivery right here, okay, and disagreeing averages. So I feel like this is an example where a lot of people would probably get tripped up trying to trade my model if I wasn't live here walking you through it, okay? But just know, if you see sloppy delivery like this and you also see the averages in disagreement and one of them looks like really uglier than the other, okay, just don't engage. Just sit to the sideline, wait, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, even with everything said here, this is ridiculously obvious that this is going to be smashed through. I mean, come on now, look at this. Trades up, matches the high, trades up one more time. We now have a triple top. So, all right, there she is. That's a little bit better movement. Now, once again, I don't want to see like a wick perform. I want to see really solid body candles now, okay? So it's really garbage order flow to get us here, but now we're here. So I want this thing to truly prove itself to me right now. Like if we can get some type of drive down and then it bodies above, right, midpoint of the 50-minute gap here, I'll look for some type of model 2, for example, and then finally target the highs that I've been mentioning the entire session. So not quite sold on the idea of longing quite yet, but I feel like we're going to get one right around the corner here. Now, you're probably looking at this for Vega. I'm like, oh, why didn't you long that? Right? Any other time you would have long that? I'm going to give you a very simple answer. We already tagged above the first initial Model 3 targets. Okay, anytime that happens, I wait. I wait. I don't care what the circumstance is. That's it. I don't jump on the first, momentum play. I study. Notice how I said I'd look for a Model 2 if it performs. Right? Give it a little time to breathe. and then execute fearlessly whenever the model actually performs. And the model has never been wait for some type of highs to be tagged and then jump on it with a momentum play. It's never been the case. Now, when I say model 2, I say I'll look for this sell side delivery here to change its state in delivery, and that to me would be a good entry if we got that phenomenon, but not quite yet. So here you have it, guys. Whenever you're trading model number 3, this is a prime example of when things can be very conflicting, but obviously with me here guiding you through it, you understand, even though it may be very enticing, you don't jump on certain scenarios in the marketplace, okay? And I'm showing you the why live, okay? But once again, if you're in a rush to do something, you have someone to prove, or you're doing it for the wrong reasons, chances are you'll probably get in too early, get stopped out, and then, that then spirals you into the loser cycle where it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. I knew better. Now let me get that right back. Just one more trade. Every single time you tell yourself, oh, just one more trade. Okay, you already lost. The last thing you want to do is fall into that loser cycle, especially on the first day of the week, because what that's going to do is it's already going to spiral you into a negative week because you're going to have that baggage to carry throughout the week, and at that point chances are you're probably trading the P&L and emotions rather than the actual model number 3. Okay, and once again, two very simple solutions to that problem. If that sounds like you, like, chances are there's probably at least one person in here saying, damn, yeah, like, yes, I've been through that. I've actually been through that a couple weeks ago, or whatever the case is. Two very simple solutions. Number one, go to your broker settings, lock yourself out after maximum 2 losses in a day. You should never take more than 2 losses, okay? Number two, stack up on 3 to 5 accounts, if not more, and watch things drastically change for you mentally. And when I say stack up on accounts, I mean take that A plus model when it performs on all those accounts and you're paid much more significantly on that one little trade, and you're more content as a result, and you don't feel the need to go for more.